The Huang He or Yellow River is a river situated in northern China that spans 3,393 miles long, regarded as an epicenter for flooding. The river has undergone three major floods in 1838, 1887, and 1931 respectively, though it's estimated to have flooded 1,500 times since the 2nd century BCE. August 1931 saw the Huang He's worst flood ever, with 34,000 square miles of land completely flooded and an additional 8,000 square miles partially flooded. 80 million people were left homeless, and estimated deaths from the flood and famine and disease that followed ranged from 850,000 to 4 million. Most estimates name it as the deadliest natural disaster ever.
Flooding occurs when a river or a stream overflows due to heavy downpour over several days, when an area undergoes brief but powerful downpour over a few hours, or when debris builds up and causes the river to overflow. Severe cyclones and thunderstorms can produce a lot of rain to the coastal regions in inferior states. The duration of floods are based on weather patterns in the area. Some areas experience flooding seasonally, while for others the natural disaster remains an infrequent event. The duration of a flood can vary from just a couple of hours to several weeks and is influenced by the intensity of rainfall, drainage capacity. Floods are most likely to occur in urban areas that have heavy rainfall in large systems such as Southeast Asia.
There are many means, both from a governmental outlook and from a personal standpoint, to counteract and even prevent flooding. Governmental flood counteracting consists of three major steps: assessment, protocol, and long-term planning. Assessment refers to city officials assessing flood risk so to determine the likelihood of flooding in a specific area, as well as the scale of any potential floods to areas likely to undergo. This can be done by mapping out the location of past floods, mapping areas most likely to undergo flooding geographically, and even using hydrographic analysis to visualize areas most vulnerable to flooding. Protocol refers to creation of rules and guidelines specific to a flooding situation.
Ways to implement this plan include cooperating with the other city departments and creating an alert that will sound when a flood occurs. Finding a long-term plan refers to creating a long-term plan that will prevent or at least lessen future flooding. Building on wetlands or floodplains should be avoided to decrease the likelihood of flooding, while reservoirs should be created throughout the city to collect rain during intense downpour. Personal flood counteracting is simpler. Keeping one's house in relatively good condition, moving water-sensitive items into higher elevations, and even just knowing what to do in case of a flood are all actions that can serve to help you when you undergo a flood.